Hello Flowly friends, and welcome to this chair yoga session that is focused on the knees today. This session is going to be mainly done seated, but we are going to stand up and do a couple of little movements as well. It's important to note that you don't need to do all of these movements if you didn't want to. So depending on, how your knees are, what sort of issue you've got going on with the knees, you could just pick and choose one or two of the movements. So because of that, I'm going to leave timestamps in the description so that if there is just one or two moves that you want to pick out, you can just take yourself straight to those little moves and have a little go. Otherwise, you can have a go at the whole session with me. Make sure that you're always listening to your body. Only ever do what you feel your body can handle. And yeah, whenever you're ready, take a seat and let's get started. Okay, we're going to begin today's session with a full body stretch. So you might want to sit forward on your chair just a little bit. We're going to reach the legs out. Now you can reach them out, keep the toes on the floor. You can lift the legs up and reach the arms up, reach them out. Take a nice big stretch, big inhale. And then exhale, just nice and gently let everything come back down. Wonderful. Take a breath here and let it go. Perfect. We're going to do that one more time. So extend the legs out nice and gently. Maybe you lift them, take the arms up, reach out nice and wide or up alongside the ears. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Inhale. And then exhale nice and gently. Bring it down. Okay. So we're going to just warm up the knees a little bit first. And one of the nicest ways to do this is to rub your hands together. So this is something that I like to do when my joints feel pretty stiff. I have rheumatoid arthritis myself, so I get days where I flare up. I like to do this on my ankles and sometimes on my elbows as well. But yeah, rubbing your hands together, rub, 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 rub. So you're creating some heat. And then you're going to just take the hand to your right knee. We'll go right knee first. Give it a little rub. Perfect. Wonderful. You can just feel that warmth. It just kind of is nice and soothing for your knee as well. And then once you start to feel that heat disappear, you can just come away. Wonderful. Okay, now we're going to hold on to the sides of the chair, or you could place your hands on your hips, whatever works for you. And just nice and gently on your toes, just slide the toes away from you. So you're just stretching out, extending through the back of the leg and just straightening out through your knee. Slowly, slowly bend back into the knee, let the foot relax. And then let's go a couple more times. So slowly, slowly extend out, point, point, point. And then come all the way back, just really gently. And then let's go one more time. Extend. And then let's bring it back in. Perfect. Okay, rub the hands, take it to the other side. Create that heat. And then bring it to the knee. That's it. You can just feel that warmth. I always find this so soothing to do. And you can just keep rubbing until, you start to feel that heat disappear. Wonderful. And then we're going to just grab hold of the sides of the chair or hands on hips again. And then just pointing the toes nice and slowly, extending the leg out. And then really slowly bending back into the knee. Let the foot just relax on the floor. Two more of those. Slowly extend. And then nice and gently bring it back in. One more. Slowly, slowly, extend, and then gently bring it back in. Perfect. Okay, we're going to do a little knee freeing movement now. So we're going to interlace the fingers underneath your right thigh, and then we're just going to lift the leg up just enough so we've got the leg off the floor. So just some comfortable position. You're not trying to draw your knee to your chest. And then the lower half of your leg you want to be nice and loose. You can let your foot be relaxed. And then just start to gently circle that lower half of your leg. So almost like a little pendulum in a clock that kind of spins around. That's what's happening with that lower half of your leg. And this just allows your knee just to gently kind of warm itself up. If you imagine that this knee joint is like butter when you take it out of the fridge, and then by just doing this movement, it's like rubbing that butter in between your fingers, and it slowly just starts to melt, and it just starts to ease and soften, and that's what you're doing here. Come to a little stop, take it the other way. Remember to breathe here. It's always important we keep breathing. Wonderful. Okay, nice and gently come to a little stop. Let the leg come down. Let's go to the other side. So interlace the fingers, lift the leg up. Make sure that that lower half of your leg is relaxed, foot is relaxed. And then just slowly, gently start to circle. You're not trying to kick your leg out or anything. So you're not trying to do like these big circles out like this. We're just doing nice little circles. Perfect. Little stop, go the other way when you're ready. Wonderful. Perfect. Come to a little stop, let the leg come down. We're going to go back to just giving the knees a little rub again, creating a little bit more heat. So back to those hands, nice little rub. And then to the knee, give it a rub all the way around. You know, you can press the palms gently into the knee if that's comfortable to do. Obviously, if you've got inflammation or anything in your knees, you've just got to be really mindful about that. And that's why it's a good idea to, you know, maybe not do all of the moves, only do the ones that you feel that you can. Perfect. Okay, so now we are going to do like a little cross-legged lift. So you're going to want to sit forward a little bit on your chair. Both hands are going to grab the sides of the chair. You're going to use the chair here for your support to help you lift. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the right leg extended. We're going to place the left ankle over the top of the right leg, okay? We are going to grab the sides of the chair, and you want to make sure you've got a good grip and use the chair. So kind of press down into the chair, allowing you to get tall through your spine. We want to engage the core, and we're going to maybe take a tiny little bit of a lean back here. So this is going to help you, but try not to round your spine. So keeping the spine nice and tall. When you're ready, take an inhale and just lift the legs up. We're going to hold for 3, 2, 1, and then really gently lower down. That's always the hardest bit, I think. Tighten up the core. We're going to do 2 more. Inhale, lift, and hold for 3, 2, 1, and then gently lower down. 1 more. Tight core, tall spine. Inhale, lift, lift, lift. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then gently lower down. You can uncross the legs and then just take a little bend into that right knee and give your leg a little bit of a rub. You might really feel it in that thigh as well. Okay, so that's kind of a little bit of strengthening for your knees. Now, what you could do is if you found that quite easy, you can see if you can hold for longer than 3 seconds, hold until you feel you can't hold anymore, then let the legs lower down, take a little bit of a rest, and then go back to it. So we're just starting nice and small, but you can definitely build upon that if you feel that this is a beneficial exercise for you. Okay, so bend back into those knees. Let's warm up that left knee. Take the hands to the knee once you feel that heat. Give it a little rub. Perfect. Okay, so then this left leg is going to be the one that's underneath. We'll extend it out. We're going to cross right ankle over the left this time. Core is tight. We're grabbing hold of the sides of the chair. So again, you might just take that little lean back, but you want to kind of use your arms here. You're pressing down into the chair. It's allowing you just to extend up through your spine so you're nice and tall. Core is tight. Inhale when you're ready. Lift and hold for 3, 2, 1, lovely, really gently lower down. It's always the trickiest bit. When you're ready, inhale, lift and hold for 3, 2, 1, gently, gently down we go. Last one, when you're ready, navel to spine, tall, 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 tall through that spine. Inhale, lift, 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 3, 2, 1, perfect. Drop it down, uncross, bring the legs back in. Let your belly just soften up here. You're just pulling that core in nice and tight. Let it soften up. Let's relax the shoulders and take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, let it all go. So we're going to do some little sit and stand ups now. That was a mouthful. This is going to require quite a bit of core strength. And we are going to make sure that we begin with our knees directly above our ankles. We're going to be holding the stand for a few seconds and then sitting down, and we're going to do this a few times over. Now we're going to extend the arms out in front here. And what you can do is as you kind of inhale and you get yourself up, you can kind of reach your arms forward. Okay, so whenever you're ready, nice big breath, inhale, just lifting your bottom off. You're keeping that bend in the knees. So you're not standing up fully. We're going to hold for 3, 2, 1. Let the arms come down, grab the chair if you need to, and sit down, take a rest, take a breath. Let it go. Okay, let's go again. Nice tight core. When you're ready, big breath. Stand up, knees are bent. Inhale, exhale, and then 2, 1. Nice and gently, down we go back to the chair. Whew. Take a breath. Let it go. We're going to do one more. So when you're ready, take an inhale, bring it up. 3, 2, 1, gently, gently, lower down. Perfect. Take a breath here, take a relax. And again, with that little movement, if you felt like you could stay up longer than the count of 3, then by all means do that. Stay there until you feel like, yeah, I need to sit down now. But you've always got to be listening to your body. So, you know, don't overdo it. Once the body's starting to tell you that, yeah, I've had enough, then take that rest. Because you need it. That's your body telling you that you need it. Okay, so now we're going to stand up and do a couple of little things standing up for the knees. So come up and just bring yourself to the back of your chair. So I'm just going to move my chair here. So first off, we are going to take a little downward facing dog. So we're going to place both hands on the back of the chair. Feet are going to be about hip distance apart. Nice and gently, we're going to walk ourselves back so the arms get fully extended here. And then just let your head lower down in between the arms. Now, if you can, take a little soft bend into your knees. Just try and turn your tailbone up towards the sky. And then breathe nice and deeply here. So you're stretching out your back at the same time, which is nice. Should feel good. Lets you release some tension. Okay, and then we're going to take a little bend into each of the knees. So really slowly start to bend into your right knee. See if you can sink down as deep as possible. Stay here for a breath. Inhale, exhale. And then inhale, press yourself back to the downward dog. If you popped a bend in the knee before, then pop it back in. And then when you're ready, nice and slowly sink a little deeper into that left knee. Hold it here. Nice big breath in. Exhale, release. And then inhale, press yourself back to center. Perfect. Okay, now just take a little pedal of the knees. So going from one knee to the other, you might lift your heels for this. You're just going from one knee to the other side. That's also creating a little blood flow into your legs, giving the calves a little stretch out. Perfect. And then nice and gently, just come back to that downward dog again. Maybe you take a bend into the knees. Lovely, stretch it all out. Breathe into the back of your body. And exhale, let it all go. Perfect. Then inhale, lift yourself up and nice and slowly walk back to your chair. Okay, so we're going to do some little knee lifts now. So you want to come to the side of the chair. So we want the left leg to be next to the back of the chair. Left hand is holding onto the chair. Right hand is just going to be holding onto your hip. Okay, so when you're ready, left knee, you're going to lift it up just as high as you feel you can go. And then drive that foot all the way back behind you, just as far as you can go. And then take a step back. And then you're also taking a little bend into this right knee as well. Hand on the hip, make sure your spine is nice and tall. We'll take a big breath. We're going to drive that knee through, lifting it up. And then nice and gently send it all the way back, plant the foot. Lovely, pressing the heel down to the floor. Let's do a few more of those. Inhale, we lift up, and then exhale, send it all the way back. Lovely, inhale, we lift, exhale, send it back. Now you can go quicker with this if you wanted to, or you can really slow it down, hold the knee up high for a few seconds before you send it back. So it's all about doing what feels good for your body. Lovely, keep breathing. Wonderful, let's do 2 more. Lift and step back. Lift and step back. Wonderful, just coming to step forward. Maybe you have a little shake out of your legs. And then we're going to turn the other way. Just going to move my chair slightly. Okay, so right hand is holding onto the chair, right leg is next to the chair, left hand on your hip. Right leg is going to lift up, lift that knee, and then nice and gently step it all the way back. Heel comes down to the floor. We've got a nice bend in this front leg. Then inhale, we drive it all the way through, lift, and exhale, send it all the way back. And this movement as well is really good for your hip mobility. Inhale, lift, so you're getting a double whammy here. Exhale, send it back. Inhale, we lift, and exhale, we send it back. 2 more. Inhale, lift, and send it back. And last one. And send it back. Perfect. And then nice and gently step forwards. Have a little shake out of your legs. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to come and sit back down on the chair again. And we're going to take a few moments just to relax. So get nice and comfortable in your chair. Make sure that your back is nice and supported. You could sit with your knees bent, or you could extend your legs out a little bit. And then just close your eyes for a moment. Notice how your knees feel, how your legs feel. And take some deep breaths here, just to allow your body just to gently process everything that you've just done and just start to reset itself again. Wonderful. Let's take one really big breath in through the nose and a nice big noisy sigh out. You can gently blink open the eyes. Perfect. That brings us to the close of this little chair sequence focused on your knees. Remember to only ever do what you feel you can. And remember, I'm going to pop the timestamps in the description if there's just a couple of the moves that you just want to do in future, or ones that kind of suit your body. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, then please give me a little like, maybe leave me a comment, and hopefully I will see you in the next session. Take good care. Bye.